Yes! We are back, coming to you live and in person with another exciting episode of What's in the Box, with me, your host, America's favorite cartoon witch, Toybox. And this episode, we have a very special bunch of things to share with you. I can't even contain myself because we're here to talk to you about our 5th annual edition of Assembly Required, Asheville's only designer toy expo. Well, what's this? It seems we have a caller coming in right away. Well,
Hey,
hello! Great to see
hey,
you!
Toybox. Good
For,
to see
for
you.
all of our friends and fans watching at home, this is Matt Cassell, the founder and creator of Assembly Required. How are you, Matt? It looks like you're working in your studio.
Yes, I'm in my secret lair. It's the first time I actually got to work on my own stuff after assembly required.
Well, it looks very cool and looks like a lot of things happening. Very exciting. And so this was our 5th year of the festival. That's very exciting. And what did you think? What are some thoughts or praises, excitement this year that really stood out for you?
Well, first and foremost, our venue, the Great Eagle. We were new to the Great Eagle, and we weren't sure. Going into it, every time we explore a new venue, we're never really sure how it's going to go because everything's new. But it was a hit. It was a great time. We had record numbers at the door for sure.
Yes, the Great Eagle is fantastic. I do performances there all the time now. For those watching out there in TV land that don't know, the Great Eagle is a fairly large performance venue, usually for rock concerts and different types of performance. But this year we held our toy show there, which was something special and unique in that venue, I think. And I agree. I think it worked out quite well. We got a lot of our repeat fans and people that come from out of town special for the event, but also lots of new people, just foot traffic, walking around the River Arts District saying, "Where are all these people going? It's a toy show, let's go!"
Yeah. It was really good turnout. It was in many ways more successful than 22.
Really? I thought,
Yeah.
I mean, it feels to me that every year gets better and better and more exciting, and we see, a lot of familiar faces and then a handful of new faces, both with the artists that display and the audience coming in. So that's always exciting. And
Oh yeah.
so you're there in the studio, and if you could, for a brief moment, explain to everyone that's watching our show, what is Assembly Required? It's not just an ordinary toy show.
Well, no, it is a designer toy show which covers everything from bootleg and art toys, handmade toys by all the independent artists. Everyone hand makes everything, from the resin that's poured, or the wood that's carved, or the ceramics that's hand sculpted, and the boxes that go in them. So they're really truly sculptures. They're not really toys. It's kind of a misnomer, but it is. They're all handmade by independent artists.
Yes, so for those watching at home, it's not an ordinary toy show. It's an art toy show where all of the things on display were made by the people that are displaying them, and your money is going right to those artists to support their creative work. So there's lots of things that you can find at this show where you couldn't find anywhere else. I mean, really, there's nothing else like this show where these specific people are combined together in one room, that unique set of people. It's very special and amazing, and I had so much fun this year, and Great Eagle was a great new addition. Hopefully we can go back there. There was lots of interesting and fun things. Anything that you were excited about this year that maybe you picked up or saw around the show?
Well, one of the most exciting things that this show offers is to new artists who are discovering the culture, and one of the honestly one of the pride and joys of this event, comes from a new artist by the name of Carolina Coolcat. He discovered the culture during our 2020 event at Highland Brewery. And during COVID, he sat down and he decided to learn the techniques and study the processes and the materials. and for the first time ever came to our event in 22 as tabling artist, and his work is incredible. It is so incredible. There are so many levels, not just the paint job, but the molds that needed to be made to make all of these pieces. There's like multi-jointed, multi-articulation going on here, and he just got into the industry. So I'm really proud to be able to have an event that inspires other people and inspires other artists to discover the culture. And yeah, Josh, he got the plague doctor down there, and I realized that I missed out on the plague doctor, but I needed to get the anchor fist because that was Carolina Cool Cat's first piece, his premiere into the culture. So I needed to pick up one of those.
Well, I have to tell you that I absolutely love that type of story. And I have lots of stories like that in my own career where young artists see what you do and then are inspired to not only become a fan, but become your peer and emulate the same type of work or take it in a new direction, but to give their own spin on it and become an artist themselves. That is very exciting. And I did not know that. So that's good to know that Assembly Required actually inspired Carolina Cool Cat to become a toy artist. Very fun. Now, it looks like you have an apron on. You're in your studio. Are you perhaps working on some new toys right now?
Yeah, my work always gets sacrificed for Assembly Required because I just, pulling together the show, it's a lot of work. So I never get to have especially new stuff of mine there. But this, what I've been able to get in here and start working on again after Assembly Required is a release that's going to be coming out this year. And they are all they're G.I. Joe little people. There's a Cobra. There's a Commander. He might be a mail away. There's a Snake Eyes. It's the whole 12-piece set here. I have him in egg crate because that's the best way to display him. I mean, to hold on to him. But I'm going to be releasing these this year. And the first release is probably going to be Clutter's In Action 11, where I'm having a collab with ST Forge, where he's going to be making some vehicles, and I'm going to be doing some exclusives for Clutter.
Fantastic. And for those watching at home that don't know, the Clutter Gallery is based in New York State, and they are a gallery that also specialize in art toys and handmade toys. Well, that is very, very cool. And before we let you go here tonight, tell us what sort of things do you aspire to for next year, or surprises, or any spoilers, or anything you're excited about coming up in 24?
Well, the biggest surprise, and I can't say much about it, is we might not need to wait till 24.
Well,
there might be something at the end of this year.
A second show added this year.
Well, not necessarily. It's there's some conversations that are occurring, and I'm not ready to make an announcement on that, but there's definitely something in the works that may offer the opportunity to not have to wait till 24 to experience this culture and these artists.
Well, that sounds very exciting. I'm sure I'll find out about that. But for those people out there that perhaps are not me, how can we find out more? How do we follow Assembly Required? Where do we find the newest information and tips and news on Assembly Required? What's the best way?
Well, you can always find our website, assembly-required.net. On that website is kind of a hold. The best place to find current and day-to-day announcements as they come out is the Instagram page, where we are live all the time and posting stuff all the time.
And that's What is the Instagram handle there for everyone watching?
It is @_assembly required _.
Fantastic. Well, everyone go and follow Assembly Required on your Instagrams immediately so that we have more followers and you can find out all the news. Matt, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to whatever it is you're making and whatever it is you're cooking up for a new event. That sounds very fun. Now, let's go on with the show. Thank you for calling. We'll see you soon.
Take care.
All right. Well, friends, that was Matt Cassell, the founder and creator and executive director of Assembly Required, Asheville's Designer Toy Expo. It is a toy show that we have all been a part of for 5 years. This was our 5th year, and it, as Matt just told us all, was the biggest year yet. So let's talk about some of the things involved in the show. First of all, a big part of our event every year is our wonderful sponsors. So let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Here we have Level 256 Classic Arcade Bar, the Carolina Garrison of the 501st Darth Vader's Legion. This year we were lucky enough to have the Girl Scouts come and bring cookies. Marquee, which is a fantastic, ginormous art gallery here in the River Arts District. If you've never been there in Asheville, I recommend going and checking out that place. All sorts of cool things. Asheville FM, where we have a radio show every year where we talk about the event. The Grey Eagle, of course, was where the event was held. Morgan's Comics, our local nerd sanctuary, Orbit DVD, and of course, every year we have our fantastic DJ, our good friend Cousin TL, who keeps the place lively. Let's hear it again for TL. He did a great job. He always does a great job every year. So there we go. There was our sponsors for the event. Now, I have a weird role with the festival where I'm sort of a sponsor and sort of an exhibitor at the same time. So this year I was in the row of the sponsors with my table, and as such, I ended up going there and shopping a lot because I couldn't stray too far away from Morgan's Comics and Orbit DVD. Now, they were right next to me, and friends, I have a bit of sad news. Right before the event this year, Morgan's Comics, which is a beloved local place here in town that supplies so much love and community, was burglarized. And so before we go on, we'd like to talk a little bit about that. Now, we have some footage of the actual burglary and some images of the culprits. So if you're watching and you see these people and you live in Asheville, let's catch them and throw them in jail. Yes, let's see that footage of the robbery. So here we see someone stealing their tip jar, and there is one of the individuals involved. So if you see someone who matches that description, there was a few of them that came in and sadly robbed our local comic shop in the middle of the night. It's quite unfortunate. And I can't understand how anyone would do such a horrible thing to such a great part of our community, independent business. Now look, this one here doesn't have a mask, so maybe we can see a close-up of their face. So look at these clothes. If you see someone walking around town with those clothing on, go back and watch it again. Let's try and find and catch these people, because they stole many thousands of dollars worth of not only merchandise and money, but also the family's computer that runs the shop. Yes, it's quite sad. The computer that was stolen had all of their family photos, and a lot of their artwork that they've been working on for many years was stored on that laptop, as well as what they use for the business. So if you go I will put it in the comments, there is a GoFundMe campaign, and any little bit will help. They're doing pretty good on it. So if you would like to contribute to Morgan's Comics and their GoFundMe event, I will put that in the comments now, and we can help them recoup from this tragedy. It's very sad. I'm very disappointed in the people of Asheville that would do such a thing to such a fine establishment. It's really heartbreaking to me, and so we really do want to help them as much as we can. So there is a GoFundMe. It will be found in the description below after the show is aired, so you can go back and find it and, give them a little something. If you can give them a little lot, give them a lot. If you can just give them a little, give them a little. Or just go in there and buy a couple extra comic books and toys for yourself or your friends. All right. Well, speaking of Morgan's Comics, now we got the sad part out of the way, so let's have some fun. Now, Morgan's stand was right close to mine, and I got a few things from them while I was there, so let's take a look. First of all, for my pirate collection, we got this right here, a classic Dustin Hoffman hook. I did not have one of these, so I was very excited to get that from one of their bins, and I said, oh, that will go great with my pirate collection. And then Matt from Morgan's Comics, a different Matt, he said, we also have Rufio. So I got Rufio and Hook to go with my pirates. So look at that. That's lots of fun from Morgan's Comics. I also got this, which is a drum playing California Raisin. Now, I had all sorts of other band members from the California Raisins. I have horn players, guitar players, saxophone players, and more, but never a drummer. So now I have a drummer for my Raisin Band. The Raisin Band. All right, and also I got this. I don't know why, but it was only $1, so I was like, okay, I'll take it. It's just a little old parachute. What's going on with the camera got moved. There we go. All right. This little parachute guy, he was $1. He was in the dollar box, and I liked him. He's a classic 5-point articulated plastic army man. So we got that, and then, of course, I couldn't not get some comics. So I got this series of Hillbilly, The Red-Eyed Witchery from Beyond. All 4 issues for quite a good deal. So I love Eric Powell's Hillbilly. If you don't know about what that book is, I highly recommend it. It's Appalachian mountain horror and folk stories. So with a witch hunter in the mountains. Witch hunter's not my favorite thing, but I do like all the witches involved and the monsters. So if you've never read Hillbilly by Eric Powell, that is fantastic. Yes, there was a blue snaggletooth in the dollar box. That was from Orbit DVD. Excellent segue. I was the one that found it. And let's see what else we got now from Orbit DVD. We love Orbit DVD. If you have never been in there, it is a local pop culture emporium. They have all sorts of wonderful things from video games, comic books, toys, movies, ephemera, all sorts of neat things. Always different. It's always shuffling around. It's like it's always displayed differently, and it's always lots of fun to go into Orbit DVD, one of our other great sponsors for Assembly Required. So let's take a look at some of the things we got there. I got this here. This Harlequin demon from Nightmare Before Christmas. Also a very good deal on that. It is a reaction figure. Very cute. I loved it. So I said, yes, I'll take that. And I got a couple other reactions. I got this Planet of the Apes reaction figure. Very cool. And I got two of these because they were cheap. And I was like, oh, I'd love to have an army of Deadites. So look at that. I got two of these Deadite scouts from Army of Darkness. I'm going to open those up and put them on display in my Ray Harryhausen Skeleton Land. And the big things that I got, very exciting, from the bins at Orbit DVD, I got this fat hamburger clown, supersized, from Ron English. Look at that. Interesting purple and green versus the traditional red and yellow hamburger clown, supersized, super cool. I liked that quite a bit. And the piece de resistance, which I was quite excited to find. I had one of these when I was a kid, and I loved it. It's one of my favorite toys, and so I'm so excited to have one again. Here we go. It is Punch from the Chips, and look at that. Now this is from the late 70s, and look at that paint. I mean, it looks mint condition, perfect. Look, no scratches with the helmet. I should say just that alone is amazing. Hair, perfectly sculpted hair. Look at that. So quite happy to find Punch from the Chips because, you know, everyone always thought Punch was the cooler chip. And, you know, ACAB and all, I was still a fan of this show when I was a kid. Of course, now I'm a grown-up, but still some nostalgic fondness for this Mego 3 3/4 Punch figure. All right, now we talked about our sponsors. Now let's get into the meat of this show, and that is our artists. So we want to share with you all of the artists that were part of the event this year, and I encourage you to take a list, go and visit these people. They have shops online, they have Instagrams I'm sure you can find, and Facebook pages, and all sorts of social media. Find out what they're doing, and if you see something you like in just our small preview here, go and look. They have more work, all fantastic artists featured at Assembly Required. So we're going to go in alphabetical order. And first up, we have One Trick Pony. There's their logo, and this year they featured many variety and colorways of Swamp Thing. Very cool figures. I liked them a lot. They had a lot of cool things on their shelf. Next we have Barrio Boba. I absolutely loved this work. I wanted to buy one of each. Let's see if we can see some of those. Yes, so they do a very awesome mashup of the classic homies with Star Wars figures, and particularly the classic bounty hunters. So they were all very cool. It was very hard to pick just one. You know, I have to sometimes hold back a little and not just, you know, buy a bunch of toys until I sell a bunch of toys. So maybe we got something and we'll show it later in the show, or maybe not. Next, we have our friend from Battle Babies. If you've watched our show, we've had Battle Babies on the show before. They always are so creative and always have some sort of weird and new thing from the Battle Babies. I love what they're doing all the time. Big fan of this work. This is delightful and hilarious. Always a great sense of humor with the Battle Babies. Then we have, as we were talking about in the top of the show, Carolina Cool Cat, who made this awesome deep sea explorer. Matt showed us earlier, very cool figure. Our friend, we went very far into the future. Oh, no, we're right. This is from Cherry Moth Cake. Our good friends from Cherry Moth Cake, always doing amazing work from Cherry Moth Cake. And there was some discussion that Cherry Moth Cake might be doing a toy show too someday in the future in the Baltimore area, so keep a lookout for that, because I love Baltimore and I would love to come back to Baltimore, so any excuse to do that. Now we have Dan Jarowski, a local artist who does very whimsical and adorable digital painting. This one's very cool. Of course, we love the kitty cats. Our very good friend, Mr. Edwin Solis, was there once again. Always a huge hit at Assembly Required, and really anywhere he goes, let's be honest. Everyone loves Edwin and his unique work of wooden toys and Mexican bootlegs. And next we have False Idols. False Idols, based in Richmond, Virginia. Some very cool pieces from False Idols. They had some very nice Safubi pieces, some soft vinyl pieces. Some of them sold out very quickly before I could get them, but I did see people walking around with them, and they were very cool. We also had our friend Fiend from Athens, Georgia. We've done lots of toy shows with Fiend over the years, and we love this work. It always sort of incorporates this sort of subconscious nostalgia and creepy weirdness that we love in our bootleg toys. And here we have our good friend Figure Fetish. Of course, you've seen him on our show many times. And of course, look at this hamburger clown. Look at this! I didn't see that at the show, or else I would have bought it, because look at this. It's a hamburger clown riding on a machine of death. The world's most evil clown, right here. Fantastic piece, preview piece there from Figure Fetish. General Porpoise, very cool stuff from General Porpoise. I think he was new this year. Whoop, whoop. Let me move over here so you can see this beautiful photo, because it's just an excellent photo. General Porpoise, new to me. If they have been at the show before, I had not seen them. Hip Hop Toys. Here, very cool pieces from some hip hop legends. Action figures like this one of Dr. Octagon, Cool Keith. Look at how cool that is. And it looks like it has some sort of holographic packaging as well. So that one was an exclusive for Decon. Very cool. Lots of great stuff from Hip Hop Toys. Kier's Customs. This individual, I see their work every year, and I say every year, oh, I need to get one of those Manos Hands of Fate action figures. And then by the time I get back to their table, the one that I wanted is gone. So lesson learned, next year for sure. I am just going to buy it right away. We have Claptor's Universal Robots. These are fantastic pieces of work. He has been at our festival before, and very, very cool ceramic robots, and also different science fiction ephemera. Fascinating stuff, very high quality. Now this one was so exciting to have at Assembly Required. Laser Wolf Attack, which is a designer toy by Andrew McLean, who is also the artist and creator of Headlopper. Headlopper is absolutely one of my favorite comic books on the shelf right now, and along with lots of other people, it is one of the hottest books, and Andrew is probably one of the biggest names we had at the festival this year. Very exciting to have him. Quite a shock that he was even there, but many of you probably are familiar with Headlopper. If you read comic books at all, you know it and love it. So he was there with a designer toy, which was very exciting. Here we have MJC, which is Matt's own imprint, our founder and director. And he is doing these fantastic takes on adventure people and little people. As we saw in the beginning of the show, now he's doing a series of the classic G.I. Joes. Mothman Republic doing some interesting work with cryptids. Look at that cutie. That is delightful. Look at this photo. So cute. I don't know what it is. If anyone knows what particular cryptid this is, send us a comment. But very cool stuff there. And we also had Mountain Town Toys, which I love everything that they're doing every year. Fantastic. Very interested in these sort of classic Golden Age characters that are now becoming public domain. And so there you see Black Terror and the original Daredevil, and various other figures, even a Nosferatu way over there. There he is. So a lot of these characters that are now in public domain. Mr. Dan Productions, love it. Fantastic. Very interesting approach. Really interested in, whoop, how do I get to the middle? There we go. So we can see both of those. Look at these pieces from Mr. Dan Productions. Very cool. Mr. Dan is also really interested in printmaking. So I think he hand prints all of the cards. And the card art is really the hero of the piece, I think. Very cool stuff. Yes, everyone loves Headlopper. Fantastic. This year we had, for the first time in person, Pikmin's vinyls from Austin, Texas. And look at this. Poltergeist Ghost. I love it. And we had Resin Blood, who's been with us before. Always very cool pieces from Resin Blood. Yes. Look at that mashup of nostalgia. I absolutely love it. From Resin Blood. Resin Blood's been with us before. And we also had Slime City Toys, who came all the way from Canada. I got to meet them this year. And very delightful people and very cool work. They were charming and came to our after party as well. I'm pretty sure, based on the accents, that one of them was from Montreal. Perhaps they are both from Montreal. I don't know. Slug Toys, who you have seen on our show before. I bought one of their pieces in the past at an Assembly Required. And look at this. It's like a Sarlacc man. Very cool. Interesting take on the Sarlacc pit. The God Beast, with some fantastic Glyos pieces. Whoop. Look at that. Look at that color. Just popping right off the page. Now, if you know about the Glyos line of toys, all of these pieces are interchangeable, so you can take them apart and make new toys with them. We've done some episodes on Glyos before. They're sort of like designer toys meets Legos, and maybe we got some Glyos figures to show you. Today, we'll take a look. Wendigo, a local artist, very cool stuff. I really wanted to get one of their pieces. So cool. And here we go. Our good friend from Throwaway Toys was once again part of Assembly Required. I think Throwaway Toys has been part of the show since the very beginning, and we have made fast friends in the years since. Yes, Zen's excited about Throwaway Toys, so am I. Aha! There is me, Toybox, of course, also exhibiting some toys at the festival this year, and I had a debut of a new toy, which I will share with you all in a little bit. Triple Bummer, and Triple Bummer brought us some very cool things like these. Look at these demented Kermits. And then we had the Warlords of War from Manor Monster Studios. Love Warlords of War. And they are doing Glyos figures in the Battle Tribes line, if you're familiar with that. I love that style. And these are also all interchangeable. You can take apart all of their pieces and mix and match them with any toys in the Glyos system. So that was very cool. And finally, Yoyodyne Toy Division. All the way from Canada. Very exciting to meet Yoyodyne in person at the show. Everyone was very happy about that. And we have done an episode on many of these artists that you've seen in our little slideshow. So if you want to go back and learn more individually on these people, go back and do that. I know we have a great episode on Yoyodyne amongst others. So look at that. My Little Bantha. He had several of these, and I was told they sold out very quickly. So we have now a black screen. Everything has suddenly gone dark. All right, we have a little reel to show you from the floor at the Grey Eagle, so you can pretend now, we can all pretend like we're at the show, walking around and looking at the toys and saying, oh, oh yeah, hi, look at this. Here's some pieces from Edwin Solace. There's Edwin himself. What a charming and adorable person. Some pieces from Maggitarius. And some Figure Fetish. Throwaway Toys. Everyone loves this one from Throwaway Toys. I can't believe it came back this year from last year. This was a brand new one. Oh, look, there's some things of mine. That's exciting. And here we have Cherry Moth Cake, their little Scullies, and their whole table of awesomeness. General Porpoise. Very cool. Some UV reactive figures there. Cool stuff from Mr. Dan. Battle Babies. Here's what Battle Babies brought. This sloth and Warlords of War. I really wanted to get that elephant. And there's Dan doing some live art. Carolina Cool Cat here. These are from Kier Customs. These are hip-hop toys. Look at that, Master Ace. Very cool. And here are the Laser Wolf Attack from Andrew. Professor Pickman with some busts from The Thing. And Giger. Resin Blood. I love this work. Very cool. Wendigo. These were also very cool. And it was very hard to decide on this table which one to get. So I didn't get any. I was like, he's local. Maybe I'll find him somewhere around town and get something. Oh, these were from False Idol. Very cool stuff on that table. So we can all pretend like we were at the toy show together. If you're somewhere out of town and you couldn't make it this year, make sure to come next year. You could find some fantastic stuff like this, or some very different stuff that looks nothing like that, because every year we have new artists that participate, and everyone always makes new stuff. Everyone always creates some sort of debut piece or exclusive. Now, I myself created a brand new toy. I will show you. Unfortunately, they have all sold out, and this was a collaboration with my good friend, Mr. Dane Quinton Gore in Phoenix, Arizona. We collabed on this piece. He did the paint jobs for me. And so take a look at that. It is a Naked Lunch 2-pack of Bill and Mugwump. Let me know if you're watching. These are sold out currently at $100, but if you want us to make more, maybe we should make another series. And there's what the back of the card looks like. Of course, William S. Burroughs, one of the grandfathers of American counterculture. And so this being a different form of counterculture, I thought it was an interesting mashup to create this line of toys. So that was my new toy for this year. And so, you know, if you're watching out there and you would like, if you would like one, let me know. I could make more. We could make more. Or we could say, oh, they sold out. We don't need any more. I don't know. Let me know. All right. So moving right along. Now, the first day of the festival, huge hit, huge crowds, record numbers coming through the door, buying toys, fighting for things off the shelves, people coming in for specific things. And then that evening, once again, every year, I host a special edition of the Wham Bam Puppet Slam, specifically for Assembly Required. Now, in the last few years, it's one of the few versions of our show that we do live in person post-COVID, but we will do some more, and we have a little reel of the Wham Bam Puppet Slam this year. Look at this. This is all footage from the live puppet show as it was happening at the Girl and Goblin. Look at how fun this looks. If you missed it, I am sorry, because it was a fantastic and epic performance. Look at that. So much fun we had this year at Assembly Required and the Wham Bam Puppet Slam. So the Wham Bam Puppet Slam this year was myself as performer and host. And we also had our special guest, Mr. Lion Forrest Hill from the Columbia Marionette Theater in South Carolina. He has been a part of Assembly Required before in the past, the last few years. And this year we had a special guest, the Shadow Factory and Matt Sambank, doing some expert shadow puppetry. So that was lots of fun. Now, who's ready to look at more toys? Let me know. Do you want to see the toys that I got at Assembly Required? Now, this year I have to tell you all that I was a little bit reserved in my purchasing because, you know, you have to make money before you can spend money and all of that jazz. So I didn't buy a ton of things, but I did get some very special things. Now, first off, right off the bat, this is lots of fun because I got an offering to the Toy Witch. Our friend and fan Joe came and brought me an offering. So let's see some of the stuff. This was just freebies. It was like, hey, I brought you some toys. Do you want them? And I was like, yes, of course I want them. So let's take a look. First off, we got this excellent vinyl Godzilla. Very cool. Got a vinyl Godzilla and this, let's see. Really cool Ninja Turtle. I'm not sure what line this is from, but he can fight Godzilla. All right, so we got this Ninja Turtle. We got, who is this? Ash Ketchum from Pokemon, perhaps? Little Pokemon. See that? He's like, Godzilla, I choose you! Shh. All right, look at that. Let's see. Got one of these NASA space shuttles. All right. Let's see. We'll go through this rather quickly. I got a bunch of fantasy horses. So these are fun because I can make someone ride on top of that. Look at that. Galloping through. And from the other side, maybe coming the other way, there's a traffic jam because there was also three of these guys. These little skateboard kids, so. Oh, yeah, so I got a bunch of these little skateboard kids. Nickelodeon, some sort of skateboard Nickelodeon show. I'm not sure what they're from. There was all sorts of things in here. Little baggie with some accessories. And I noticed there's all sorts of little cool guns and things in there. This little, I like this. This is a backpack. It looks like you could snap it on a G.I. Joe's back, but it's got like a cute My Little Pony type backpack for school. Another backpack. Got lots of backpacks. This one's very cool. Look at this backpack. You can put it on your G.I. Joes, and it's like a Godzilla backpack. Some weird guns. If you see something here and you know what it belongs to, let me know. My guess is that they are from Fortnite. I'm guessing they're Fortnite things, but, you know, I don't know everything. Contrary to what you believe. Some more little accessories. Some little guns. Bunch of little guns, so, you know, for the gun enthusiasts out there, we have lots of little guns. And then this guy, who I believe is also a Fortnite figure. I don't know, let me know if you know. But that's what I'm going to say. He's from Fortnite. Looks like a sort of warrior of the wasteland type figure. Or maybe he's a chap me. I'm not sure. I'm going to say it's a Fortnite figure. Let's see. Okay, we got this red shirt. So he's going to just die right away. I don't even know who he is, but he's dead. The mighty Thor, although it looks to me as Mjolnir has cracked and he's just holding a giant cigar there. I got a bunch of little plastic kitty cats in this bag, which is delightful. Everyone knows that I love those, and we'll find a place for those upstairs. Oh, I loved this one. Look at this. Very cool little Gandalf holding a fire. Thou shalt not pass! And then this guy, I think he goes on maybe one of these horses. Let's see. Try and go through this quickly. I got this. I don't know what it is. It's someone's, maybe their shawl or cowl or cape. If you're watching at home, let me know. Some more bigger guns, maybe for 12-inch G.I. Joes. And this one, which looks like it obviously goes to Deadpool. It's got a Deadpool on it. We love Deadpool. I got this Wonder Woman. And this Captain America. These were all just donations to the Toy Phone Fund. Look at that. Put them up. Put them up. He's ready to fight. All right, old man, enough of that. And look at this. I got a little tiny baby Groot. I like this one. It's a little baby Groot. And, oh, everyone's favorite Batman, of course, the Val Kilmer Batman from everyone's favorite Batman show. Batman, whatever that one was called. Forever. Look at this. Val Kilmer Batman. Really cool articulation with Val Kilmer Batman. He can do this. All right. And let's see. Oh, I got this. It looks like a little dream catcher, a little plastic toy dream catcher. So I got one of those I can put over maybe Val Kilmer's bed tonight, and his dreams will come true. Like maybe someone will actually like his version of Batman. I doubt it. I got this very cool, some Lego pieces and this fat tire Lego motorcycle, so that's fun. And let's see, we're almost to the bottom. A few more things. Got this helmet. If anyone knows what this goes to, I'm not sure, but it looks like a Viking goat helmet. And another helmet, which looks more anime inspired to me. I don't know if you know whose helmets these are. Let us know. I got one of these Uncle Baby Billy action figures from the Righteous Gemstones. I love that. And finally, my personal favorite was this weirdo Warrior of the Wasteland bendy guy. If anyone knows what this is from, let me know. He looks a little bit Mad Max, but a little bit Judge Dredd. I'm not sure what he's from. He has some sort of stigmata effect in the hands. So let me know about that if you know what that is. All right. So there were the toy offerings. Let's put those away and see what we got from the actual toy artist, but a lot of fun stuff in there. Some of that is usable. Some of it will go in our collection. Some of it, who knows what will happen. All right. So moving right along, we got some offerings from our friends from Throwaway Toys. Very cool. He knows that I like pirates, so I got another pirate for our pirate collection. Look at that, very cool. And this one is very special because I've always wanted one of these, but I guess without the motorcycle, but it's a $6 million man riding an invisible motorcycle. So that is a very cool vintage toy. Thank you so much to... He came with a skateboard. All right, well, that's good to know. That was from Throwaway Toys. And then he also got me this, which, look at this. We're going to check it out right now. It's a Barf Buddy. Pull my tail. And his mouth opens up. So that's fun. Let's take a look if we can open this Barf Buddy. They definitely make these boxes easier and easier to open up for the kiddies. All right, here we go. So it comes with some interesting things. Looks like it has some slime in there. Not going to open that up right yet, but he got some actual barf, and it looks viscous and gross, sludging around inside of its little receptacle. Maybe we'll just keep that in there for now. And the Barf Buddy himself, which is a little monster. Oh, he looks a little sad. Why so sad, monster? Oh, are you not feeling well? Do you have a little... fever? So we got a little Barf Buddy. That's fun. We got those from Throwaway Toys. Just some free fun gifts. All right. Let's see what else we got here in our toy haul. Now, these were very cool. We got these from General Porpoise. General Porpoise had a great display of cool resin things, but I picked these two in particular, just some heads. And this one is a Peter Boyle from Young Frankenstein. Look at that. Very cool. We could recast this on another toy. Chunky brow, excellent likeness of the monster from Young Frankenstein, Peter Boyle. And then I got this one here, which I believe is Czarface, the hip-hop artist and mysterious supervillain Czarface. And I just liked the color and the design of it, so I said, yes, I'll take one of those. So I got these two heads from General Porpoise. And let's see what else we got here. Well, this is lots of fun. I got this from our friends at Remakes Plethora, who was representing hip-hop toys, but Remakes Plethora gave me this delightful piece, which is, look at that. It's Jesse Spano from Saved by the Bell. Zach Morris is trash, but Jesse will have our heart forever. So look at that. Saved by the Bell, Jesse Spano. Very cool, from Remakes Plethora. And let's see here. I had to get some Glyos figures. I had to get some new Glyos figures. So I did get one Glyos figure, and it is from Man or Monster Studios, Warlords of War. And this particular one is a take on Masters of the Universe Trapjaw. I just thought it was so cool. One of my favorite of all-time Masters of the Universe characters, because he was, as you know, a bit of a cyborg. And so, of course, eventually he's going to lose this arm. So you can take the arm off there. And he comes with extra pieces in here to make a really cool claw arm So I don't want to lose all of that stuff right now. I'll make that at some later point. We're going to do another episode on Glyos figures, and maybe we'll re-show that. But very cool, from Manor Monster Studios, Little Glyos Trapjaw. That's fun. And now, as I hinted at the top of the show, Barrio Boba. Oh my goodness, I loved all of the pieces. It was so hard to pick just one, but I had to restrain myself and say, which one do I like the best? These were mashups with the classic Bounty Hunters and the early 2000s homies, and this is who I picked. Here we go. It is Enrique El Popeye Gomez. This is the way. And look at that. Look at how cool. I just love this one. I thought it blended spectacularly. It really worked for me. It was hard to pick, but this is the one that I chose. And I love this work. Maybe I'll go and track down his website and buy more. But Barrio Boba, fantastic. Home run on those. Now, also, we got a very fun piece from our good friend, one of our very best friends in the entire world, Edwin Solis. And here it is. It says PG Crazy Ball with Mimi. And of course, that is Psycho Gorman, one of my absolute favorite modern films. I got this one-of-a-kind art toy of Psycho Gorman. This is going up in the house immediately. Crazy Ball with Mimi and Psycho Gorman. So much fun. I love it. Love, love, love. Best movie ever. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It is PG, Psycho Gorman. Wonderful, wonderful film. Watch it after this. If you've never seen it, you won't be sorry. Let's see. We're moving right along. I did get some comic books from Mountain Town Toys and Comics. Now, they've been interested in these things that have, like I said, part of the golden age and have gone into... hello, Carol is here. Fantastic. We miss you. Mountain Town Toys have started doing these things with Golden Age characters that are going into the public domain, and now anyone can do whatever they want with them. And so they know at Mountain Town Toys that I love, love, love the work of Basil Wolverton. So I got Space Patrol, that's issue 1 of their comics. And also issue 2, Microface. So there's some cool comic books for me to read tonight in bed with my kitty cats while I'm snuggling up, because it's apparently still winter. It's like, is it winter? Is it spring? Every day, we don't know. All right, and now let's see what else we got here. Aha! I got this piece from Mr. Dan Productions, and let me show you this because it is very cool. He had a chicken burger disco action figure. Now, of course, friends that have watched our show before know that we have had Chicken Burger Disco on many times, and I have different versions of this action figure. But Mr. Dan made one too, because everybody loves Chicken Burger Disco. Such a great, fantastic human being and artist. Now, friends, I'm going to share with you right now something that I find criminally insane. Chicken Burger Disco has one of the most fun YouTube channels you can possibly visit. And look at how many views. Look at how many subscribers. Less than me. That is preposterous. After this, go and subscribe to Chicken Burger Disco on YouTube. His channel is wonderful. Is all sorts of silly, fun things. He updates it almost every day with new animation, weird toys that he makes. So much fun. Please support Chicken Burger Disco in the very least by subscribing to his YouTube channel. You will not be sorry. Trust me on that. So I got this great Chicken Burger Disco action figure from Mr. Dan. So thank you, Mr. Dan, for that. And moving right along. What? There's some sort of strange... Do you hear that? Some sort of pirated transmission coming through, interrupting our feed. Oh, it's a caller. We have a caller. Bring him on. Let's see who it is.
Hello. Is that Toybox?
It's Professor Pikmin from Pikmin's Vinyls.
Toybox. I was just working on this little device here to hijack the signal for a moment. I saw all the fun you were having talking about assembly required and was getting just a little bit jealous because I had so much fun there too.
Well, thank you for hijacking our show because you just made it more. It's delightful to see you, and I'm actually happy that you came on. Hold on,
Well,
sorry.
I'm happy to be here.
Bad
I just
demons
thought
are
it-
infesting the stream. I'm sorry. What did you say?
So I was a little jealous of the fun you were having talking about all the goodies that you had. So I also wanted to share some of the goodies that I got because Remakes Plethora also this amazing Blackula that I got from Remakes Plethora, and it is absolutely going in a frame. As you can see, like I do with my toys, they are in frames. So that'll be
Well,
getting a
that's
frame.
fantastic. And what other things do you have to show?
I also got this.
Well, and do you know the story of that, Professor Pikmin? I don't know if everyone knows out there, but that is the final Toybox action figure number 50 out of 50. The last remaining one is now with you. So that is very exciting. And I'm glad that you were the one that got it. Fantastic. And what other things did you find?
And to go along with it, of course, is
Adorable. Well, that is an adorable t-shirt and good plug. Way to go. I like that. Anyone watching, if you want one of those t-shirts, you can go to our store, which you can also find in the description below and buy them in your size. Fantastic. I like your choice of apparel tonight.
it seemed necessary.
Wonderful.
And there's also, I have to also talk about Carolina Cool Cat. Because look at this. Look at this. Look at the quality of the Glyos on this. It pops right in. It's so good. It's so good it almost makes me angry. But it doesn't, because it makes me excited to buy more from him.
Fantastic.
And I got this lovely little Bigfoot from Mountain Town Toys, which, from what I understand, is from recycled material, which is even more exciting.
Interesting.
And speaking of Glyos, I couldn't say no to Bognar from Manor Monster Studios, from the Battle Tribes line.
Wait, and your Bognar came with 2 torsos.
It did, and I had to clip them both together because why not make a wonderful 3-headed monster?
I love it. I love when you think creatively, and that is the fun of that whole realm of toys, the Glyos figures that you can take them apart and they're interchangeable. Fantastic. Anything else from the show that you would like to share with us?
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't point out this wonderful piece from Figure Fetish that just spoke to me in weird ways as a mad scientist, which is this cockroach on a header that simply says, "It's Kafkaesque." Which...
Literary. Well, I like that. I like the literary reference because, you know, we were going to do cockroaches too for our Naked Lunch series.
And of course, I have to point out there on the jacket the Hip Hop Toys and M. Clapthor robots.
Some enamel pins, lovely.
And then that lovely bit of fun.
Just a little fun that you got from Toybox. Just a little fun. We like to have a little fun sometimes, don't we?
So I
And
always have
we always have a little fun no matter what we do. That's why we live. And is anything else?
So many things. I've got this amazing stack of stickers here that are more than I can go through.
Sticker collection. Always good. We love our stickers.
Shogun Wars.
That's also from Figure Fetish.
Yes, indeed. And if I lean down here, I've already mashed pieces together to make this wonderful monster from the God Beast.
Some God Beast fun right there. I love the colorways and the pieces that you put together. That is great. We have lots of God Beast stuff here in the toy castle that we like to play with all the time. Well, that is fantastic. And
he was sitting on the plane in front of me on the trip home.
Oh, well, that's fun. Did you guys have a fun time talking about all of the excitement of Assembly Required?
I kicked his seat a little bit, and he threw his drink back at me, and it was a good time for everyone but us. No. It was lovely times. We did talk about what a fantastic show Matt had put on, and how we both wished it had gone on longer.
Yes, it is sad, but all things must come to an end. And does he live near you?
I don't believe so. We switched at the plane change. I believe we switched off in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, that's where that usually happens. Fantastic. Well, yes, we sold out the. That is from Dane. He's the painter of my toy. Yes, those are sold out. But let me know in the comments if we should make some more. Now, as I was saying, all things do come to an end, and our time together might be coming to an end. Before we go, do you have any last-minute things you would like to share? Any new projects you're working on or stuff you want to show us?
Yes, and I'll blast through them quickly. So the first thing, and the most important thing is, anyone watching that bought a Crypt Keeper from me at Assembly Required, I decided to retweak a lot of pieces on it. So now there's much, much sturdier articulation that you can just pop right in, and it really, really is it. So if you bought a Crypt Keeper from me at Assembly Required, which was the first release, get in touch with me and I'll make sure you get a version 2 body. Second up is, if you bought a log, be excited to know that the advertisement on the back is not a joke. There's more coming, starting with Action Log. And finally, keep your eyes out for an all-new figure line coming from us later this year, which is focused on the idea of very, very terrible failed 80s villains called the Overlords of Evil, the first of which will be Dr. Brain Drain, who has the initial sculpt right here. He'll be 3 3/4 inch, and the entire fun of the line will be we're doing each figure in different scales, so it's very much like when you were a child and playing with different toy lines together. That's the idea behind this, is multiple toy lines together in one.
Well, I love it. That sounds very exciting and very fun. And Professor Pigman, before we let you go, tell everyone how they can find you and find your updates and news about your new toys and adventures.
So Pickman's Vinyls is on Instagram, Twitter, Don't use Twitter too much, but it's there. Facebook, all at Pickman's Vinyls, all one word, Pickmans, Vinyls, or our Big Cartel shop, which is pickmansvinyls.bigcartel.com. New releases are happening a little less frequently than they used to because we're taking our time to make sure the quality is there.
Fantastic. Well, lovely to see you, and so glad that you could make it this year in person to Assembly Required. I hope that you come again next year and every year into the future for eternity. Thank you so much.
Assembly
Great to
Required
see you.
with me.
Goodbye for now. All right. Well, that was fun. We got to see Professor Pickman, our good friend Professor Pickman, and from Pickman's Vinyls. And of course, I got some things from Professor Pickman as well. So let's take a look here at some of those things. First of all, we got a little sticker with the logo. Very cool and shiny. And then, of course, as you were shown, it's big, it's heavy, it's wood, it's log, it's log. I got a log, so very good, nice, excellent rendition of log, great sculpt, great weight. I got my own log from Professor Pickman, and then I got this because I thought it was just way too cool. Look at that. It's an H.R. Giger Birth Machine Bullet action figure, and Professor Pickman was smart enough to make this blister card so you can pop it out and then take out your little toy if you want and play with it in your Giger fantasies. Look at how cool that is. Or if you want to display it on the card, which I think looks beautiful, you can just put him right back in like that. A very cool piece. One of a kind. It says here it is number 6 of 6. So there were only 6 of those made. And finally, our last toy that I got. Now, I always like to get something, a splurge for me, and that's usually a new soft vinyl Safubi figure. And so I got one of these from False Idols Toys, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the color on it and some of the details there. Very weird. And it's got faces and monsters all over it. It just is very gratifying to hold and feel. It is all vinyl action figure, interchangeable. And look, you can spin him around and then make him backwards, like that. Very cool, eh? All right, well, those are all of our toys this year from Assembly Required. It was a phenomenal show. We hope that you can come and see us again next year. If you've never been, you will love it. We have a puppet slam. We have all sorts of toys from various artists who have all unique approaches to the art form, and that is what makes it so much fun to be a part of. Before we go, we have some announcements to make of upcoming events where you can see Toybox live and in person. First off, next Friday night, we will once again be at the Girl and Goblin for a night of curiosity and wonder. Come to that show. There will be magic, puppetry, and sideshow. Myself, Jax Silvertree, and my good friend Chriswell, the traveling magician. So come and see that. It's going to be delightful and fun. Jax is amazing and gross. He will do things that will astound you. and it might weird you out. So come to that next Friday night at the Girl and Goblin, a beautiful and intimate performance-based tattoo shop and oddities parlor in the River Arts District, Asheville, North Carolina. Then on Saturday night, I will be going to Greenville, South Carolina, where I will be hosting a magnificent alternative circus for the Heathens Masquerade Ball. This is their 6th annual event, and it builds and grows every year, and this year I am going to be the host. So lots of our friends are performing in that. It's going to be a massive show. Come in costume, all sorts of circus and entertainers, fire dancers, contortion. I don't even know all of the things happening, but it's going to be great, plus some DJs and more. So come to the Heathens Bowl. That will be next Saturday in Greenville, South Carolina. And finally, coming up at the end of March, I will debut a brand new puppet masterpiece. A new puppet show by Toybox Theater will debut at the Asheville Fringe Festival, March 19th through the 26th. This year I will be doing an adaptation of a Russian fairy tale classic, The Magic Weaver. So you don't want to miss that. It will be a whole hour-long puppet play by Toybox Theater, plus tons of other friends are in the festival. Clown shows, puppet shows, circus shows, comedy, magic, theater, dance, and some things you can't even categorize because they're just too weird. Come to the Asheville Fringe Festival. That is happening at the end of March, so don't miss it. Before we go, I was going to tell everyone don't forget to go to the GoFundMe for Morgan's Comics to help with the burglary and vandalization of their shop. And also, we have one poster left from the Wham Bam Puppet Slam, and I'm going to have a little contest right now for those of you still watching at home, those of you still interested, from right now until 12 o'clock midnight, whoever gives Toybox Theater on our Square site the highest donation, I'm going to send you this poster and some other Toybox goodies with a little silent auction. You know, we put on this show for free, so give some donations to me as well. Whoever sends the highest donation, I will see the time score for everyone. My mother is not included, so Mom, I'm sorry if you're watching. You don't count. I know you're going to try and win, and you probably will. But this is for the common people, the regular people, all of our friends and fans watching at home, not for moms. So if you're watching, you want to give us a donation, whoever sends the highest donation right now until midnight will get a gift pack from Toybox because we love you. And with that, I will also send you, make sure to put your address in there or your email, some way we can contact you if you would like to donate to Toybox Theater for not only the show that you saw tonight, but for all the things that we do throughout the year. That we appreciate you. Until next time, bye.